Hey, what is up, you sexy beast? Solanum-Heart, Tristan here, and I'm bringing you a commentary talking about my mental disorders, I guess, quote, quote, if you want to call them disorders, and I wanted to be relatable with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys will, quote, quote, suffer. Again, I don't want to say this with a negative connotation, I just want to put it out there, winky face. So, what the topic for today is, I'm going to be talking about OCD and ADD in particular. So OCD is a very common thing. It's called Obsessive-compulsive disorder, and it's basically where for most people things have to be a certain way. Things have to be perfect, clean, managed, or filed in a certain way. It has to be to their standards, or whatever you want to call it. And there are many different types of OCDs. I'm not an expert, guys. I'm not gonna even pretend to be one. But I'm gonna be talking to you about a few funny examples of me having OCD, which it is most likely diagnosable. I really don't care. It's not like I'm gonna get medication for it, because I don't view it as a problem. I mean, a lot of the things I do that are OCD are they're beneficial for me. I don't know. There's nothing that I really do that's like crazy detrimental to my health, or like weird, or just like crazy asinine. I'm not cleaning every square inch of my room constantly or anything like that, but there are a few things that I do. So I think the first one that comes to mind, I'm not making a list or anything, I'm just winging it, guys. This is typically how I do my shit. So winky face. So anyway, the first one that comes to mind is my obsession to always lock doors and other things. So like the moment I enter my house, even if I'm only going to be in there for 20 seconds, lock the door, lock my car door, and maybe press the button twice, 2-3 times, just to make sure, and just to guarantee my safety, my car's safety, and just overall good stuff. And I really don't see a problem in locking up your possessions. And yes, oh my god, it's such a trusting community, and it's like, yeah, well, no, because I would much rather have my stuff be safe than sorry, and my well-being also. So I think that's one of the main things that I do. But you guys know girls with, like, okay, imagine a sweater, right? Girls, you know what I'm talking about here. Is, let's say, the two laces that you pull to tighten the top of your sweater. I don't know what those are called, but yeah, those two laces, when they're uneven, girls freak out most of the time. They're like, oh god, gotta fix them, you gotta pull them down, and they literally like start fixing it for you. It's ridiculous. Now, I don't have that, but for certain things, they have to be perfect. They have to be like aligned. They have to be very, very nice. For example, in forensics class a few days ago, the teacher presented a list in which you had to organize these certain elements, and I was like, okay, well, I go to the book, and in the book they were not organized in that manner. So it kind of ticked that little bug for that OCD swag, which made me organize it how she did instead of how the book did, because it made me angry. So that's a thing, and my group was just kind of like, oh my god. And like it was just funny, because like there's so many things I can think about that relate to like my OCD, and others of you guys who may have the same thing, because it's very, very common. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it at all, nothing wrong with it in my opinion, and I really think that it can be very beneficial, because you like look and like at work and stuff, my booth has to be perfect. All the bills have to be like, the top of the heads have to be facing the right side, and it just makes my till look beautiful. Managers really like it, and because one manager got on my case for it, it's like, all right, well, now it's gonna be perfect from now on. I even correct other people's tills. It's ridiculous, man. It gets out of hand sometimes. Because like, let's say someone will cover for me on a break, and I'll be like, what the fuck, you fucked up my till. And so I go and fix it. I really don't care. It's no big deal. I'm getting paid for it either way, so there's that, I guess. So those are the main things, and there's so many more things that I do that are OCD related, but I can't even list them all, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, I know you guys are at least OCD in like one or two things, but there are some things I really don't care about, which is like having lines 100% straight, And you know, just like stuff like that, like guy stuff, like, or just like I don't really care, but girls have to like use rulers and shit for like on papers. I don't really know. Now I'm gonna be talking to you guys about my ADD. Squirrel. I'm kidding, guys. Anyway, ADD is attention deficit disorder, and it's basically where you can't 100% pay attention, and you have to. I don't know. And so how I'm gonna define it is basically I have to always be doing something. I have to always be mentally entertained in some way, shape, or form. Like, let's say I'm fucking doing the dishes for like 3.5 minutes. I have to play a fucking song in order to, like, unless my phone's dead. That's the only situation where I won't really. But I have to, you know, play a song or do something, listen to something, in order to quote get through that. And so that's really it's just kind of bothersome, because let's say I'm doing an essay, like I prefer to listen to music just like a lot of people do, but it's just I have to constantly be receiving some sort of mental stimulant. It's like a drug, just like, oh yeah, I'm injecting that music. But it's like I always have to be entertained in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me what it is, and I don't know. That's why I find books so goddamn boring. They're just so boring, man. And so, yes, I'm trying to read more, but it's just, I don't like it. It's too boring in my opinion. So that's why I really like visual entertainment. I'm a visual learner. That helps a lot. It's very nice to see what the fuck's going on. So that's mainly it. It's not like I jump off the walls. I don't have ADHD, but I usually have to be multitasking, or at least doing something to entertain my noggin brain. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this commentary. Please let me know if you can relate to any of this shit I talked about today. OCD, ADD, both. I don't know if you guys lock your windows, lock your doors, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, don't forget to have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.